Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Career Mode. Now before we get into today's episode, we're going to jump over and have a quick look at the other championships. We have always a quick look back every once in a while just to see what's going on in the lower classes and the higher class of GP. So currently Foggia is running away with it. He was my closest competitor last year. He's almost a race win ahead of nearest rival Jumbo Messia. In Moto2 we obviously know I have 70 points over second and third. And that looks like it has my name on it already. Into GP, and this is where it gets interesting. So just like real life, we have Fabio, Pecco and Aleix at the top. So unfortunately Aleix is 50 points back, but Pecco and Fabio Quartararo are only 3 points apart. So hopefully next year there'll be a fourth name in that battle and I'll be on a nice competitive bike and up there battling with them. But for now, we're going to jump over to Kimi Ring, a track I'm not massively a fan of, I must admit. The last 5 rounds since we've had that DNF in Portimao, we've either been first or second. Can we keep that streak going in Finland? Let's find out. So at the end of practice, we are down in P9. Pace isn't too bad, I actually feel quite strong and a lot better than I expected. Not massively off. Just one thing I will mention. Sam Lowes was on track me through free practice 3. They get ridiculous grip out of the slow corners. He is past me by the line out to the final corner, which is a small little stretch. He pulls 3, 4, 5, 6 bike lengths on the straight even when you're out of the corner first. So they look like they have a massive power or traction advantage, probably the latter. But I was running power 2 for the whole session, so maybe a bit of an interesting race coming up. I reckon when I turn the wick up in qualifying soft, I should be able to get pole once again. But in a full race distance, it's going to be tricky to keep Sam and chasing pack behind with their phenomenal rear traction. So as we start our lap, you might wonder, this is like the third game Kimi Ring has been in, as we get turn 1 completely wrong. I think I'd know it by now. We've never actually seen a real MotoGP bike, or Moto2 or Moto3 for that matter, turn a wheel at this track. Will we ever get a Finnish Grand Prix? Or more in depth, will we ever get a Kimi Ring Grand Prix? Personally, I think they won't, because it's gone on so long now. I reckon they're going to pull the plug somehow on it. As we just absolute make mince meat of Tony Arbolino on the brakes. And I was just saying, I think the opportunity is gone now. It's been postponed and cancelled and this, that and the other. Fuck off, Arbolino. Just ruined my qualifying lap. He just touched my rear and it completely throws off the bike. It's weird. You touch his rear and the front tucks and just doesn't turn. Good drive out there though. Let's leave up the inside. Completely offline though for turn 10. He probably will repass me in 11. No, not close enough thankfully. But it'll be interesting in the future. Will we actually ever get a real race around here? I don't believe we will. Just through the Ukraine war, unfortunate at the moment, the cancellations, COVID, track not being ready. I don't ever see us going here, to be brutally honest. It's not a bad track on a Moto3 or Moto2 bike. On a GP bike, it's just a bit too much. A bit too slow. 21st gear corner is a bit naggery. But let's go into the final corner now on our qualifying lap. It's not been a great lap thanks to that dickhead behind us. It's going to be a 48.9, so definitely fast enough for pole position in my opinion, unless the AI find about 0.7 of a second. Oh sorry Tony, did I hold you up? My apologies. Once again we are on pole. Sam Lowes did improve. He improved by about a tenth, but was only half a second off. Not really a threat. Cestino Vietti and Aaron Canet, my 2 championship rivals. I say Aaron Canet, championship rival. I haven't seen him since Jerez time, really. He's really disappeared, and Cestino's really come through as the championship challenger now. He was almost 0.7 off me in qualifying. I don't know, will they have race pace? Again, they can kind of run power 3 all race long and use more tyre and kind of get away with it than I can, which looks to be a benefit around here. So it will be an interesting race, and I actually am looking forward to it because there might be a bit of a different dynamic to a normal episode. So we've gone with the medium. A soft front hard rear for Sam Lowes is an interesting one. Again, all the riders off into turn 1. Left Aaron Cannon on the grass and cut straight back. I think he took out Evietti. But yeah, medium seems the best way for it. It'll just be a battle of if we can keep with them with their ridiculous rear grip and additional power. You can even see here on the warm-up lap, Sam Lowes just pulling past me with relative ease. I have no game audio. 5 red lights. And we are away. Here comes the game audio now. Turn 1 comes at you really quick. See, can we make a nice early break? Looks like we've done it. Already pulled 1.2. And imagine they'll pull me in along the straight though. Up to 1.4, but now it is coming. No, actually not. Same put. So looks like we've made the break, the whole shot we've wanted. Can we just clock out? Unlikely, but we'll try it. 4 seconds now. It's going to be 5 seconds across the line. That's Bo Bench Schneider, my team, who's just gone down. So either they're taking each other out or they are really on the edge around this track. It's 5 points. It's nearly 6 seconds across the line. They're only coming out of the last corner. I'm already at the apex of turn 1. Well, there was not an apex hit that lap. Hopefully the next couple of laps. Through turn 3 we come. We're in deep. We're in so deep. Oh, we gotta stop though. I thought I was running on there, to be honest. Pedro Costa up in P3. Joe Roberts now just jumped to P4. Another crash further back. We don't really know where any of our championship challenges are. So we could jump to nearly 100 points clear if they don't score in this race. More. Oh, another limit warning for me. I might lose this race on track limit warnings if I'm not careful. An 8 lap race. It's a pretty long race, considering it's a just slightly short of a 2 minute lap. But we should be okay. In fact, the gap is so big. Now I reckon they will probably pull me in once they get clear of each other. They just need to spread out, fan out across the track, and they'll start to pull me in. I'm also not really riding anywhere near my limit because I've such a big lead. I'm just kind of riding around, not stressing my tyres, not using too much fuel. There's yellow flag in every sector so far this race, I reckon. So as we come up to start lap 6 of 8, a new fast lap down into the 48s, not far off my qualifying time, that to be brutally honest. It is coming very easily. Again, I missed the apex at turn 1. I'm starting to believe there isn't an apex at that bloody turn 1. It's Iagora Somkia transfer, so it's a Honda Team Major 2-3 at the moment. Manuel Gonzalez holds P4. Just as it says that, Joe Robert jumps up to P5. Nico Antonelli is jumping around P6, P7, battling my teammate. Sean Dillon Kelly, the rookie, up to P8. So it's a very, very up in the air grid. I reckon, judging by looking at the mini map, there's big gaps everywhere. There's lots of crashing all throughout the race. That there's probably one of those bogey corners for the AI. As Nico Antonelli is up into P4 now, so as I'm spending so much time looking at my delta, I'm nearly a second and a half off this lap alone. So I really need to just bring this one home now. It's been an easy race. I haven't seen the AI since turn 1, lap 1, where we had the outside line, took the corner speed through, and then pretty much clocked off an amazing opening lap, and that was pretty much what's going to win me this race, provided we don't end up winning it. We've been on some brilliant streak of form lately. Hopefully this will just get us a bit more leverage with some GP teams that they'll want to hire us for the following season. We're not a million miles off the middle of the season now, so we're approaching the time where we will be signing a deal with a GP team, and it will be the start of the GP season, which will be big change, big difference. Something to look forward to really, because I've actually very little playtime on this game on GP bikes. So it will be a massive learning curve in my opinion. Penultimate lap now at 7.5 seconds. We've really tailed it off now. On the last lap I probably will push all out for qualifying lap just to make it interesting. I reckon I get a much quicker 48. Even with worn tyres, I have a lot of fuel on board. Might as well burn it. Backing it in just for the sake of it. This has been a pretty easy race. Oh, we went wide there though. That probably was a warning. I probably did touch the white line, maybe go over, but it's hard to tell. But for now, just bring it back again. Look at the Sean Kelly up mount to P6. I'd really love to see that battle going on. You can just look at the mini-map. They're all so far behind me, unfortunately. And I thought this race, in my head before this race weekend, I thought to myself it's either going to be massively difficult because the AI will be overpowered, or it would be like this where I'll absolutely dominate them and destroy them. Unfortunately, it was the latter. I wish, not that I struggled, but I wish they were somewhat competent and had a bit of pace. I was battling Sam Lowe's a lot in practice, and we were dive bombing each other, we were passing each other. Well, I was passing him, he would just ride past me again on his much more powerful and hooked up machine. But it was enjoyable and fun. But we're coming on now to start the last lap. It's going to be a qualifying lap for me just to make it interesting. I'll see how far off my qualifying lap can I get. Could I beat it? A full push lap. We're already up by a lot in turn 1. Drifting it through turn 3. Carry the speed into 4. Pick up an early throttle. Using all of the track. I had to drop the throttle for a split second there. Cost me a tiny bit on the exit just because of a bit of a wheelie. 3.5 tenths thereabouts coming down into this difficult right-hander. Turn 5 negotiated well. Through the snake we come. This could be a 47 here if I get this all right. This is what I can actually do if I push. I'm not trying to focus on talking too much. I have a lot of pace usually in my back pocket. Into the final corner. Touch deep. It's not enough, I don't believe, but we'll see after the race is finished. Probably the just did it. Just managed to sneak into the 47. So fastest lap of the whole weekend. The final lap. Worn tyres, low fuel, just went for it. Look at that for a weird top 9. So we have Somkat Chantra, Aya Gora, Manuel Gonzalez, Gabriel Rodrigo, my team in P5. Alexandra Zacconi in P6, Joe Roberts P7, Marcel Strasser home in P8, and Nico Antonelli in P9. Ramirez P10. That's a weird top 10 if I've seen one. And then Sean Kelly as well. So Pedro Costa was in P2 for 1 point. Vietti 0. Sam 0. Augusto Fernandez 0. Aaron Canet 0. What does that do to the championship? 95 points? 95 points over both of them. Some Kachantra jumps up 3 positions. Fair play to the tie rider. Yeah, that's the championship done. They're not getting this one back. I am too good. Too much. There's just too much to overturn. I'd have to have like 3 DNFs. And Canet would have to win 3. And that's still like a race advantage I'd nearly have over them. So yeah, it's not going to happen. I have this championship sewn up.
Man also scored 25 points, which will be very important for the World Championship.
So another Fnatic race win, dominant all weekend, and pretty much I reckon that seals my championship. We've almost 100 points, we've 9 races left. So even if they took 10 points off me for the rest of the season, they still actually wouldn't catch me. So like I said, it'll have to be like a race ban, like a 5 race ban or something. I could actually take races off. I could like give them, I could reckon I could give them 5 races and I could still probably claim back what I have over them and win. But nonetheless, that would kill my reputation. And we are now going to go, like I said, and look for some contracts with some of the GP teams. So unfortunately, 155,000 is our reputation moment. It's probably going to be 200,000 before any of these boys are interested. So we're going to apply for... We're not going to apply for Aprilia yet. We're going to apply for Gresini. That was one of the recommended. And LCR Honda. We're pretty close on both. We will get contracts, in my opinion. Realistically, we're going to keep getting pretty high results. So we're probably going to get these pretty easily. And before long, we should really be getting offers from, or getting interest from the top teams. Now, I probably won't sign directly for top teams straight away, just because it wouldn't be that hard. I probably will maybe sign for a second team, a Gresini, an LCR, a Tech 3, just to make it a bit more interesting. But for now, that has ended today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed. It was a pretty easy episode. Another big 25 points towards our championship. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. Subscribe to see more, and should catch you all in the next episode. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.